What up? It's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. This is What the Fuck Wednesday. We're going to keep this short and sweet tonight. It's just me. We're going to touch on a few things that I came across. And we probably just let this go out until I get done with my blunt here. So, first things first. I want to give a shout out to somebody, an unlikely somebody, who I haven't seen anywhere, any of the media talk about. Not none of the legacy media, not nobody. I actually had to hear about this from overseas news, Sky News Australia. They got a lot of good information if you guys ever get bored. Um, I'd like to give a shout out to Ivanka Trump. You go, girl. Because while all these Democrats are out here running their mouth and all these, and the Bidens ain't doing dick and none of that shit, Ivanka Trump is actually boots on the ground in Lahaina. She's actually passing out food, passing out water, giving aid to the people, bringing money and services to the people out there. But nobody hears shit about that. Nobody hears a fucking thing about that. All y'all see is Oprah and The Rock begging people for money. So I'd love to give a shout out to Ivanka Trump. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being a good American. Thanks for supporting our fucking people. Um, that being said, something just came to my, I don't know, pervy, my view, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Um, Apparently scored another one for Alex Jones. Score another one for Alex Jones and all my conspiracy theorist people out there. Cause we ain't so crazy no more. Just came out and nobody's hearing about it. In a judiciary hearing, uh I forget who was it, one of the former heads of one of the authorities out there, uh told Congress. They knew, Congress fucking knew, that there was so many FBI and CIA informants and paid whatever the fuck you want to call them, um, at the January 6th tour. Some of them were there because they were told to be. Some of them were there of their own volition, and they fucking knew about it. They knew all about it, and a lot of them motherfuckers were there pushing them doors in. A lot of them motherfuckers were there, were breaking their fucking glass, and not a goddamn one of them, not one of them, is serving any time. Not one of them is got any kind of reprimandation, whatever the fuck you want to call it. None of that shit. None of it. And they just picked up Ray Epps on some bullshit. Not on no seditious conspiracy, like the rest of the Oath Keepers that they got on. Motherfuckers are spending 17 years plus. Or the white supremacist Proud Boys who are led by the Puerto Rican dude, Torino, whatever the fuck his name, Torino. He got 22 years, even though he was working with the FBI too. Because they didn't go against the grain, or go with the grain of the whole plan of the alphabet authorities. We'll just call them that. Uh, they got fucked. They got fucked. What y'all think about that? All these motherfuckers who are getting popped here and there, just for going against the grain. We keep getting told we need to fight, we need to go against this and that, but it's getting harder and harder even to open our mouths anymore. A lot of podcasters out there are getting popped. They're just getting randomly raided, or they're getting wellness checks at their house, and all of a sudden they find shit at the house. You got just old veterans fucking putting a post out or whatever, and all of a sudden, boom, oh, they're these terrorists, they're these this and that, and then gets getting popped. Y'all voted for this. Y'all fucking voted for this. This is what the fuck we got. Don't give me this bullshit about how bad Trump supposedly was and how bad this is. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. You keep making excuses for this bad fucking decision y'all put our fucking country through. And New York's about had it. For once, I was proud of some folks in that shithole of a fucking state, New York. Because they haven't had it, or they had it already. Their governors and their mayors all say, "Oh, our people want all these illegals here. Our people are so diverse and they're so inclusive." No, the fuck they don't. They don't. They didn't want them there. They don't want them there now. You got 5-star fucking hotels, 70% full of illegals who have destroyed them. Don't give me this. It isn't all of them bullshit. Yes, the fuck it is. Yes, the fuck it is. It is all of them. Every fucking motel that is filled with illegals right now has gotten taken over, ran through, and they think that they deserve it. They think that they belong there. They think that they have a right there. And why? Because of the fuck nuts that you people, you fucking leftist liberal nut jobs, because you voted those people in. Because you voted them people in. And then for all the folks who said, oh, they're just taking the illegals in, but they're not going to let them work, or they're not going to let them go to school, or they're not going to give them licenses or anything like that. Now what? We kept telling you over and over. Once you get the foot in the door, you're in the house. Because now what do they get? They get free housing. Anybody know the homeless rate here in America? Anybody know the homeless rate in fucking New York before the illegals? So now we got this issue coming up about the government shutting down. Now the Republicans thought they were going to be cute and said they were going to shut down. They were going to let the government get shut down unless they closed the borders. Fucking Democrats called their bluff. They said, no, if you guys want the government to stay running, then you're going to abolish ICE and turn them into a pretty much welcoming committee for the border to let more people in. I just read an article that they just opened, I think it was a 60-mile or something like long refugee camp, whatever the fuck you want to call it, over there on the Texas border. Some private entity or whatever. So just let them skirt the fuck in. And the bad thing is now the authorities in these towns like New York and Chicago and California, these authorities are telling you, oh no, it's the other governors because they're shipping them over here. Yeah, because you fucking wanted them. You fucking wanted them. You said, yeah, we'll take them in. We'll take them in. And now what? Your schools are lacking, even though they were lacking before. They're really lacking now. Your stores are lacking. Your food supplies are lacking. Your social services are lacking. For you Americans. For the illegals, best believe they get to the front of the line. Now, I talked about a mother on the last show who went viral, talking about all these hoops she had to jump through just to let her kid who lives there, go to school. But yet these illegals could just go right in. They don't have to show no documentation. They don't have to show no vaccination, no nothing. Not a motherfucking thing. But we're wrong. We're wrong for doing that. And then AOC got the nerve to fucking go there and try to run her mouth. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. All these New Yorkers are telling her to go fuck herself. You can hear them screaming in the background. Send them home. Send them back. They're illegals. Send them back. The people have finally woke up. There was even quite a few of them that said they're just here to steal our votes. And they're absolutely fucking right. That's what they wanted. That's what they fucking wanted. And you know what, motherfuckers? I ain't gonna lie. You kind of deserve what the fuck you got. You kind of deserve what the fuck you got. You and New York and Chicago, or you and Chicago and San Francisco, California, all them fucking, them snowflakey ass places. Yeah, bring in all the illegals you want. No. Shut the fucking door already. I made this point before, and I'll make it again. I am totally against this fucking, this college forgiveness bullshit. But you know what? If you're going to keep dumping money into these illegals and yes, the Ukrainians are illegals too, because we're taking the Ukrainians on the DL and we're dumping all kind of fucking money over there. While that motherfucker Zelensky is partying it up. Partying it up. On our dime. On our fucking dime. But again, I made this point last time. I don't know if y'all heard me. I'm going to say it again. It's all right. It's all right. Because you guys are fucking yourselves in the long run. You let these illegals in. You let these illegals in. You think about where they coming from. A lot of them, a good portion of them are Hispanic. Coming from heavily religious Hispanic countries. Heavily. Like almost like Shiite Catholic. That type of heavily. They don't believe in your little fruity fucking dances. They don't believe in your little parades. They don't believe in your little let's dress up like a fucking weirdo and read to them babies in the library. They don't believe in none of that shit. They don't believe in your right to choose and your feminist views and all that bullshit. No. In most of these countries, especially for you women, you shut the fuck up and you do what you're told. And if you don't, then there's an ass whooping. Or worse. Because if you catch some of them sand people illegals coming over here, you might catch a rock to your fucking dome. And they're allowed to do it because it's religious. Yeah, you try fucking with them. You try to even the Asians. Even the Asians. Because it ain't no little Thai lady boys coming over here. No. You got military-aged men coming over here from China. Lord knows what they doing here. But they sure as fuck ain't doing your little drag bullshit. So y'all try to go for one thing. Y'all gonna get a shit in one hand and hope in another. Yeah, guess which one's gonna get filled first? Both your hands are gonna be full of shit. Shit. And by the time all that shit happens, and it's inevitable, by the time it all happens, Lord knows if we're gonna be able to fix shit. We're gonna go way, way too far to the right. And I lean to the right. I lean more conservative, but they got as many whack jobs as the Democrats do. Don't let it fool you. Don't let me don't get me twisted or whatever. I'm a truther more than anything else. It's just y'all don't want to hear the motherfucking truth. What else we got over here we could see? I got some news pulled up. More and more I'm thinking Uh, look here. I'll come at it like this. I grew up with crackheads. My brother was a crackhead. My dad was a crackhead. Their friends, their people around. That's one of the consequences of growing up in the hood in the '90s. So I know crackhead ways, and there aren't very many. Uh, I guess loyal crackheads, if you want to call it that. They get shook quick. Um, they get paranoid quick. Uh, they ultimately, no matter what, they cover their own ass before anything else, even over their family. That being said, we all know Joe Biden and his administration is covering for Hunter. We all know that. We ain't blind. We could see that. Y'all, all you fucking snowflakes could, tout all this. There's no evidence. There's no this. There's no that. Yes, the fuck there is. Open your fucking eyes. Quit lying to yourself. But no matter what Joe does to try to cover Hunter's ass, I think Hunter is going to throw his daddy under the bus. Hunter's starting to get scared. Hunter's starting to get that little backed in the corner crackhead thing. He knows damn well he ain't gonna get no dope in jail. Whether it be for a week, whether it be for a year, he ain't gonna go to jail for a fucking not even a goddamn week for his daddy. He damn well he'll turn ship over quick. And he's already doing it. He's already suing the IRS for breach of confidentiality or whatever because of the whistleblowers. Which, we're not supposed to be able to retaliate on whistleblowers, remember? That seems like a retaliation to me. I believe he is suing the DOJ over that botched plea deal or whatever, and somebody else. Now these are the same people that your daddy got trying to protect you, but now you're gonna sue them. So it's either Hunter's throwing his daddy under the bus because he knows he ain't got very many years left in him anyways. What happens if Joe Biden goes to jail? What's the longest term he's gonna spend? 3 years and then he's dead? Dementia? Whatever? Either that or they're just using this as a ploy to make it appear that they're being fair with the prosecution and persecution of Trump. So you're gonna have to watch out for that. There was another explosion. I'm trying to find out where the fuck it was. I believe it was another railway. Uh, Big one. They claiming it's accidental or whatever. I just don't understand how we have been having these big events in pretty much wartime. We are at war, whether you like it or not. Whether it seems we all live in all cushy and convenient over here, but don't let it fool you. We are at war, and Biden and Zelensky already said that we are going to be putting American boots on the ground, which is fucked up because there was supposed to be no American boots on the ground over there at all. But yes, there's going to be boots on the ground here shortly. Again, I feel like if nothing else, if backed in the corner, Biden's gonna fuck around and call military powers, and he's gonna be in office indefinitely, like fucking Putin. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but he got that fucking power. Believe you me, he got that power. So yeah, y'all don't be fucking up, and y'all don't get tripped up because there's another thing that's being floated around that's a good possibility. When it comes down to the Democratic nomination, they're saying that the Democrats might not uh, put Joe Biden forth as their nominee, and there's some kind of weird. What's up, L'Oreal? There's some kind of weird law or some kind of weird rule that if they don't have somebody as a nominee right then and there, then they could just randomly pick whoever to be a nominee. And I'm telling you, Gavin Newsom and Michelle Obama are both being groomed. I don't think Gavin Newsom could do it, but best believe just because of that fucking melanin in her fucking blood, you guys will fucking vote for her and think it's the fucking shit because we gotta, not only do we have a woman, we got a black woman in the presidency. First of all, the bitch is a man. The bitch is a fucking man. And if you thought her husband was terrible for this fucking country, or if you didn't realize that her husband was terrible for this country, guess who the fuck was pulling his strings? That big Patrick Ewing looking bitch. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. And don't think, again, don't follow this, how the media, the mainstream media is still out here talking about the big lie, Trump's big lie. There was no election interference. Yeah, the fuck there was. And Katie Hobbs and Kari Lake proved it. Because they used the same fucking machines, they used the same fucking everything, and it was just proven that election was fucked. But we ain't hearing too much more of that neither. Ain't nobody gonna admit that shit. So, what else we got out there? Jaime Maussan, we talked about this on the last show. Jaime Maussan supposedly brought out some alien bodies to the Mexican Congress or whatever. Now, I talked to my buddy Dino, and Dino says that they were the same bodies that they brought up, I think in 2017. That somebody manipulated. It was a hoax. There was like chicken bones and other bullshit up in there. Supposedly these ones aren't. They live, I guess, live stream all the tests or whatever. So they're not. The scientists are reluctant to say it's extraterrestrial, but they are saying it's an unknown species. Um, they're trying to figure out whether they want to classify it as an unknown species, an unknown earthly species, something that we just never came across, or if it was extraterrestrial. Um, I got a feeling, I got this weird feeling that the reason why they're having a hard time with calling things extraterrestrial is they're not. There's more and more evidence, and I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I'd love to believe there's other, we can't just be the only intelligent life here on this planet. Problem with that is, what if we are? What if we are the only intelligent life forms on this planet, but not on this plane? Because you get more and more. I mean, especially when you talk about the old articles and old shit that was talked about CERN and the Large Hadron Collider and the Mandela effects, and a lot of people feel like they're phasing in and out of different planes of existence, or the Matrix theory, all that shit. And then you go into a lot of what these new whistleblowers are saying, that they're not so much extraterrestrial beings as they are interdimensional beings. And that opens up a whole new MCU of the world. Because, it's easier to fathom there's other life forms on a different planet. But to grasp the concept of another life form that's literally right in front of you, but you can't see it because it's in a different dimension, that's fucked up. And that, again, that brings into play your ghosts. That brings into play magic. That brings into play gods. Gods with the big S. All that shit. Because what is hell but another dimension? What is heaven but another dimension? All these purgatories, all these different planes of existence that all the myths were talking about and everything. What is that? Those are other dimensions. So now, you know, there used to be a theory back in the day that uh, they try to that I guess the powers that be try to groom a lot of people through television. Try to get used to the idea. Try to, they throw little bits here and there, and just like the age of we had a good long period of time where um, the main actors, the main starring roles of different movies and stuff went from predominantly men to women, and then all of a sudden we had this big feminist movement and all that stuff that was supposedly a part of the grooming, or even we went into a lot of these pride and gay this and that shows on TV and this and that, and on to slowly gradually get people used to the fact that now we got the alphabet community running wild, or even they're doing a lot of these little kid stuff, and trying to get people used to the whole map thing, which is just fucked up. So it's grooming. It's a lot of grooming. Um, I don't know if that shit's real, but there's a lot of validity to it, and the reason why I even brought it up is because, a good 10 years ago, when I started looking into quantum computers and what they were and how they worked and where they gathered their resources, um, it's pretty fucked up. It's pretty fucked up that they just kind of, s- they pretty much say, hey, these computers get their resources from other dimensions. It rips tiny little holes into other dimensions. They don't know which dimensions. They don't know where or whatever. They just rip holes in the other dimensions, and they gather resources. What that means, I have no idea. I don't know what kind of resources. They never explain that. But they do blow past the whole ripping in the holes of the dimensions. Because I give two fucks about what they're getting out of these dimensions. You just said there's other dimensions. And you just said there's more than one other dimension. Now, each one of these stacks in this computer, these computers are made of stacks of these big super chips or whatever. And each chip rips open so many holes in so many different dimensions. And then they stack them all up. So how many fucking holes and how many different? Because there isn't just one of these bitches anymore. There isn't just two or three. These quantum computers, Google has them. There's one in Berkeley, I believe. There's quite a few of these quantum computers. I mean, they're not. You get it in your head that the computer like a little laptop or a little. No, these is fucking buildings. These are fucking buildings. These computers, and they got to be super cooled with helium-3. And this is how they let it go that we've been to Mars. Because there was a talked about this a few times on a couple different shows too. The way they mine helium-3 is you got to get it from Mars, and you drop these little fucking tubes down on Mars, and somehow it collects up the atmosphere in tubes, and a little balloon floats back up, and they catch it. There's so many things wrong with that, according to what we've been taught, but that's the way it rolls. That means one, we're been to Mars and we're there frequently enough to be able to gather this element and come back and use it. But not only that, um, you are able to take a balloon or a vessel and drop it because I'm assuming that this vehicle isn't going to breach into the atmosphere of Mars. Who knows? Maybe it did. But I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt it'd be in orbit of Mars. So you're not breaching into the inner atmosphere. You got to drop these tubes, and it's got to make it through the atmosphere and not melt with a parachute attached or balloon attached. Then once it gets there, it collects up whatever, and then it automatically inflates, and it's got to go up back through that atmosphere, and then you got to find it and collect that shit, and then bring it back. Now they're talking about there's some helium-3 on the moon too, but wait a minute, we weren't supposed to be back on the moon either yet. So when they try to shift that whole, oh no, we don't get the helium-3 from Mars, we're going to be getting it from the moon. How the fuck are you getting it from the moon? You might as well be getting it from Mars. We get lied straight to our faces, man. And a lot of us see it. What's up, Heather? A lot of us see it, and when we make it known, or we try to bring it to somebody's attention, we're the ones who get called whack jobs. We're the ones who get called. The proof is right there. I mean, they're telling you right there what the fuck is going on, and then they're back talking it, and then oh no, it's gospel, whatever they say. Some bullshit. Um, for we'll change this up for a quick second here. Um, for my people in this Youngstown area, who's listening or whatever around me, y'all be safe out here. There's a lot of shit going on in these streets. We don't know what's something's going on. There's got to be rumblings on the underground or whatever. There's been a lot of shootings. Actually, 4:30 yesterday morning, block down the road from my house, 2 houses got shot up. It hasn't been. I mean, I don't know if Youngstown is trying to get they rep back for the murder capital of America or whatever, but guys is getting shot up out here. Guys is getting acting the fool out here. Um, y'all be careful. Y'all be careful. And be a fucking man. Stand the fuck up and throw some hands. I mean, I know there's. Look, I'm from that life. I remember that life. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But look, man, throw some hands. If you ain't man enough to put them hands up, then fuck you and your gun. It's some bullshit. Again, I understand extenuating circumstances. Sometimes things got to be done. I ain't condoning it, but all I'm saying is I understand. But a lot of these little punk motherfuckers out here just running their little mouth, knowing that they get their ass whooped if they come across somebody that they ran their mouth to over Facebook, and then they want to shoot at folks. And a lot of these is women out here. A lot of these is motherfucking women out here acting the fucking fool. Also, I don't know who the chick is. My daughter brought it to my attention, but this is around my kids' age, so a lot of people my age got kids the same age too. So let them know. There's some dirty bitch out here named Caroline Weaver, I believe. It was on WKBN. I can't remember. She's from around this area, but she out here. She got AIDS. She got HIV, and this is not slander. This is not conjecture. This is not fake shit. She was in court over this. It was in the newspaper. She got AIDS, and she out here giving it to motherfuckers just to give it to them. So, I mean, can't be out there getting no booty no more, guys. I mean, at this point, the Asians need to upgrade on them sex dolls. Telling you, the Japanese, anybody listening to this over in Japan, anybody with some money, make the sex dolls able to cook and clean. Telling you, $1 million market. $1 million market. To get rid of all this bullshit. And the fucked up thing is, she ain't the only one. Because when I was trying to find her name, there was another chick. She was from North Lima, Ohio, which ain't very far. Uh, doing the same thing. She had AIDS. She purposely slept with two gentlemen and gave them AIDS, and and they're only giving them, like, the one girl gave the two guys AIDS. She got, I think, 5 years in jail. She fucking murdered them two guys. I mean, I know nowadays with the medicines or whatever you can live with AIDS, but can you really? Can you really? Yeah, you can get arrested for that, but you ain't getting really I mean, the fucking girl who just recently, the Caroline Weaver chick, got some fucking menial little sentence because, she didn't have any prior record or anything. No, because she was laying on her back getting AIDS. Fucked up, man. Like, this is 22-year-old. So this is like this is like my young kids' fucking age. What are y'all teaching these babies out here? Like, what are y'all teaching these kids? These It's bad enough this music got these girls, got the thin ones out here acting like whores and got the fat ones out here thinking that they ain't fat. I'm sorry, it is what it is. Lizzo done fucked up a whole generation of girls. Instead of, being a big girl and dressing nice and doing something about yourself, it's all hot to be sloppy and have your fat out and fucking think it's all good. Nah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And just for the thin girls, nobody wants to see your pussy hanging out. Nobody wants to see your little pancake floppy titties and meth teeth all fuckered up. No, can we have some decency left? I mean, a little sluttiness in a girl ain't bad. But Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know what y'all teaching y'all babies anymore. I still try to teach my sons to be decent men, but I don't know what's going on with these ladies anymore. And if you say something to them, oh, you're a misogynist, oh, you're an anti this, or oh, you're a this or that, or you need to get with the times. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly, Heather. Look, I'm gonna drop my blood. I'm gonna put that motherfucker up there. Huh. Did it come up? Yep. Yeah, right there. I'm glad I got a bunch of women watching right now, because they could, if I'm saying anything wrong, feel free to let me know. But I'd be damned. I'd be damned. And then for a lot of you parents out here, as a parent, I got 6 blood children and I help raise 6 kids. So I got 12 kids. I'll never try to separate them. That word step just bothers me. No. But as a fucking parent, you gotta learn to let these fucking kids go. A lot of this bullshit that's going out here in the streets, and a lot of this entitlement, and a lot of this lack of respect for authority comes from you fucking parents that think my baby can't do no wrong. My baby can't do this. Or no, my baby, you're not gonna say this around my baby. My baby's not gonna be exposed to that. Your baby is fucking 18 years old. Can't hold a job, got all kind of anxiety issues because daddy wasn't around, or Uncle Bad Touch took you in the closet for 20 minutes or whatever. So now you think the world fucking owes you and you get to act a fucking fool. No. No. You become an adult, you make your fucking decisions. When you become an adult and you have a parent that's still around, they are not mommy and daddy no more. That's advice. That isn't your bailout anymore. Yeah, yeah. That was happening a long time ago. And motherfucker, I remember when my daughters was coming up, and I was like, nah, they and their parents and mom, even the grandparents, this and that. Oh, she'll look cute in this. She'll look. No, the fuck she won't. She's fucking 4 or 5 years old. You put some goddamn clothes on that baby. I don't even like people post pictures of their babies on social media with no shirts on or in the bathtub. That's fucking kiddie porn. I don't care how fucking cute it is. I don't care how fucking what your intention was. If your baby is in a bathtub and on social media, that's kiddie porn. If you holding your baby and it's just in a diaper and it's on social media, that is kiddie porn. I don't know how that shit is cute to y'all. I mean, I remember when my kids was babies, I had some friends and some, even my old ladies at the time. Oh, go take a shower with the baby. No! What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm gonna be naked in the fucking shower with a baby, or even when they toddlers, whatever. I'm gonna just be standing there in the shower, my dick all on my kid's forehead. No, you people are weird. And it's that conditioning that done got out of fucking hand where we're at now. You notice there are more and more women pedophiles coming up in the news than men? Y'all ain't noticed that? There are more and more teachers fucking little kids and getting trains ran on them and gangbanged by fucking kids than there are by men touching kids anymore. Those are them same mommies who want to cuddle up with their kids all booty naked. Those are the same mommies who are out there. My kid don't do no wrong. My kid don't do that. That's gonna be my baby for life. Oh, you can't pay a bill? Come see mommy. You can't, do this or that. Come see mommy. My kids always come first. While you don't work, but while mommy or daddy done busted his ass for fucking years and years and years and ain't got shit. Why? Because you're the baby. You gotta get taken. No, shut up. That shit is bullshit. I got two kids at home right now, and they're adults. But my one son is in a wheelchair. He's handicapped. He's almost he's gonna be 28 soon. My other son is handicapped. He got shot. He's gonna be 27 soon. Now they at home, and I still tell the one because he walk on the cane and he does understand. He got to do around the motherfucking house. He gonna do. I'll take care of that. But I got other kids out here doing fuck shit, knowing they were warned, knowing they had other chances, but still want to go and fuck up and then want to come holler at me talking, I need this or I need this. The fuck you want me to do? And then their moms want to come at me sideways. Oh, well, why can't you do this or why can't you do that? What the fuck did I just say? Did you marry your sister? Uh, I don't even know what the fuck that. No, I did not marry my sister. I never been married. Um, and I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about there, bro. But I don't know if you're trying to just talk shit or whatever. But if you are, fuck you. Did you marry your sister? Anyways, that just totally gave me a brain fart or whatever. Oh, back to these kids. You gotta quit. You gotta cut them free. I mean, it was hard as fuck for me to cut some of my kids free and let them fuck up the way they fucked up, and knowing that I could have helped them. But then, what is that teaching them? You know, I kind of, a lot of people looked at the way I came up. I had a very, very, um, we'll keep it polite, an unnice mom. She was a single mom. I give her all the credit in the world. She didn't have time to be nice. She didn't have time to be the loving mom. She had to do what she had to do. So, I had to learn my lessons pretty much on my own from the street. And I try to impart them lessons, the mistakes that I learned on my kids. And I see my kids knowing what the fuck happened, knowing what the fuck I went through, knowing, seeing what was there. And just all of a sudden, Rebecca Downs. Bro, who are you talking to? I'm talking to the world, honey. And hi, Rebecca Downs. um, but knowing the mistakes and shit that I've went through and seeing them, and I had one of my daughters tell me, "Well, I know you made the mistakes, but how am I gonna learn if I don't try it my way?" That's the same fucking mentality that the flat earthers have. We got all this proof, and all these people proved it already, but I don't believe you. I gotta find out my way. I think the earth is flat. You dumb fuck. And that's my own kid. I had to let her go. I mean, she's about to be 20. That's one of my youngest. Look, if you I I might not have been the greatest parent in the world. I might not have done everything, I might not have gotten the A out there, but my test is over. I ain't got to take that test no more. I ain't got to take that test. If I failed the test, fine. I failed it. I ain't got to take the test no more. It's your turn to prepare for your test. That oh, I don't even know who the fuck Evan is. So he's on some retard test shit. So okay, Evan. um, but yeah, I mean, uh, y'all gotta let these kids go. I mean, do what you can. Teach them respect. Teach them, the ways of the world. But at the end of the day, these kids got to do their thing. Mexicans are sick in the head. Get deported. Nah, we talked about that. The Mexicans are coming in like in droves. They're coming into New York and they're fucking it all up. And you're right, they do need deported. But it ain't all Mexicans. That's racist to think they all Mexicans. Because a lot of them are sand people and a lot of them are Venezuelans and Asians. And so there's a mixture of them there. Predominantly, they are Hispanic, but according to AOC, they're Venezuelan is the most for the most part. I don't no, you can't deport me. And let me let you know why they're Evan with one of the whitest names that I've heard on here. Because I belong in this country more than you do, motherfucker. I'm born and bred here in America, but if you want to go into my culture, I'm Puerto Rican, which Puerto Rico is a part of America, and the native Puerto Ricans were the Taino tribes who also lived on mainland American soil. So I'm Native American. So why don't you shut the fuck up? See, bunch of women in here. I see one dude roasting your ass. Uh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Apparently we done hit the male Karen part of the show. It's all right because again, this is America, and you say what you want to say uh, to an extent. But it's dumb fucks like you that give you know, people a bad name for your stupid shit. All right, so what do we got left to talk about? Cause my blunt's damn near almost over, and somehow, some way, we done caught a hold of the Karen squad here. Um, so would you kick out? You're not native. So you would be kicked out. You're not native. I don't even know what that Rebecca Downs is saying. Look, I'm lost in y'all comments here. Yeah, I'm lost in your comments here. So end your weak stream and Reggie Blunt. What a fucktard. I don't even know who you are, Evan, but I'm glad you're here because at least I know somebody's fucking watching. And apparently, even if it's a Reggie Blunt or whatever the fuck you want to call it, your dumb fucking ass is still here watching. So with that being said, y'all, we did not get to the one piece of the show. I got caught up in the comments here. Uh, so we're gonna have a moment of silence for Scotty. I'm sorry, I'm late. All right, ladies and gents, that's been What the Fuck Wednesday. I'm your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. Um, and you little white Karens over there, y'all have a blessed evening. Oh, and Evan, fuck you for calling me a loser. You're a piece of shit. Now you got blocked. Good night, ladies and gents. I'm out.